let's go to the NFL. Joining us now, senior NFL insider for ESPN, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Schefter.
Hey.
Shefty, sorry we're delayed.
Gentlemen, what's going on?
What are you doing? Where are you at? You're at the Open?
I'm at the U.S. Open. It's become something of a little bit of a trip, like end of summer, take my wife and daughter. So this is the day we're doing it. And, nice little day.
Well, I appreciate you calling us in the middle of it. Hey, sorry. Gotta work a little bit here. You see where we're at here? U.S. Open, it's the ESPN event. Yeah, it's good. I gotta go work. Those situations. Please tell the family we said thank you for allowing you to have a little bit of time here. How is the U.S. Open? I've heard the Wimbledon's a great vibe. I heard people, a lot of beers. U.S. Open, good time? What is it like?
You know what? Last year we came and it was awesome. I got here 5 minutes ago, so they're now wandering and doing whatever they're doing. I'll join them in progress. But by the way, I heard you say, we'll see if Florida State is for real. I watched them on Saturday. They're going to be for real. They're going to be for real, Florida State. I'm just telling you right now. They're good.
Yeah, they're big. They look big. I think that was my biggest takeaway is if you see a team that's big and very athletic and they're winning, like Miami.
Yeah.
Big, very athletic and winning, it's like, whoa, that team can go.
Yep.
Florida State, big, athletic and winning. Whoa, that team can maybe go. Ohio State, big, athletic. That team can maybe go. West Virginia, big, athletic. That team can go. Bryce Underwood from Michigan, buddy, big, athletic. Yeah. That guy can go. It looks like you guys paid the right guy. Looks like you guys are in a good spot. He was very comfortable.
You know what's amazing? That guy is 18 years old. Like I met him last month. He was at that time. He was 17 years old, and like to come into all this pressure and money and status, like at that age, I think that is incredible. It's a lot to ask of a young man. He looked the part on Saturday night, and you'll see. What time is that game against Oklahoma on Saturday? Do we have any idea?
We do have an idea. It's either at noon, 3:30, or 7.
Yeah,
1 and 3.
I
do 3:30 or 7 just because
it's not going to be big noon.
Yeah.
It is.
Or maybe it's 8.
At 7:30 on ABC.
7:30 ABC.
Let's go!
That's a big game. Hey, Venables and the boys over there are very pumped about where they're at. Underwood gets his first real test. I like that he's blocking people, too.
Yeah.
He just blindsided blocked the guy back.
So big.
The college, so big.
So big. True freshman.
And you see how comfortable he was?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know it's New Mexico State. No offense, New Mexico. I don't want to say, no offense to anybody, okay? Because some of these smaller teams can give people hell. And I don't think we give them enough credit either when that happens. But he was just sitting back there and just reading and going through his progressions. It was like
that play when he was backed up and is close to his own end zone and kind of threw it over the top. I think this tight end 17 over a couple, like that was like some next level stuff.
Yeah, you guys got a guy. You guys haven't had a guy in a little bit. JJ leaves, you ain't got a guy. Now
God. Hopefully they play.
We pay a lot of money from a guy that owns one of the islands in Hawaii, and all of a sudden we got the best guy to ever play football. That must be fun up there in Michigan, Shefty.
Well, we'll see. Again, it's early, and the guy I think will have a great career, and I don't want to expect too much of him early on, but it was an encouraging start. He looked strong. He looked the part, and we'll see how that plays out.
Okay, let's talk about some deals that got done here. Cowboys and Deron Bland, were they waiting on the Micah stuff to pay other people, or was this always in the works?
Well, I think when you have all the money that you save on Micah Parsons, you can go allocate that elsewhere. Like Deron Bland gets done, I would think at some point they'll wind up signing Tyler Smith to a contract, and it's a lot easier when you have all this money that you're planning on spending on Micah Parsons to spread it around. So Deron Bland is the first benefactor. The fact that Micah didn't get a deal done, he will not be the last one in Dallas. I'm sure there'll be others that also benefit. Tyler Smith will be my guest for the next one, and we'll see how that plays out. But Deron Bland gets a big deal over the weekend, 4 years, $92 million.
All right, let's go to the Kingdom. D-Bud has a question for you.
Yeah, staying with cornerbacks, one of the best cornerbacks in the league, Trent McDuffie. I saw a report saying a deal may not get done out there in Kansas City. What's the update there?
Well, again, I think eventually some deal will get done. They're going to want to keep Trent McDuffie. He's a frontline elite cornerback, but they're not going to get a deal done before the start of the season. Nate Taylor reported that for ESPN.com. And the two sides have not had significant discussions recently. Not a big surprise that it won't get done. But, again, I would think the Chiefs will revisit it at some point. They're going to want to keep him. It's not like they're moving on from the guy. It just means that they're not going to get the deal done by the time they open the season Friday night in Brazil. Amazing, right? It's Monday, and the Chiefs and Chargers play Friday night in Brazil. We got the Cowboys-Eagles Thursday. We got the Chargers-Chiefs Friday in Brazil. Football week is here. Here we go. Kind of a neat little thing.
Yeah, we got UNC TCU tonight. I mean, we're back in ball, brother, and it is great. Speaking of Cowboys-Eagles, there's a player that will not be playing in that particular game. He is now playing in Land of Cheese. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Schefter, kind of like everyone assumed, after Micah Parsons gets traded to the Packers and gets paid, his back is fine. We got our first glimpse of him at practice, donning number 1 for the Packers.
How do we feel?
About the one?
Should have been 0.
Hold on. I'm just watching these videos today. I'm watching him running around. I'm watching him hit a tackle dummy, and I said, man, it's amazing how much better your back feels when you get $188 million.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Right.
I think it's a proven method to fix somebody.
You can reject it.
It's if you got a little hammy tightness, we know the remedy.
I would have appreciated if he was 0 and Matthew Golden was 1 and not the other way around. But I get it. First player since Curly Lambeau to wear number 1. It's a big deal. They want to show him, like, hey, we wanted you really bad. So they do that. But Schefty, any word on what the Packers' plans are for his usage going into Sunday against the Lions?
Well, they have not committed to using him yet on Sunday.
Okay.
Again, I'll say this. As a general rule, if you're getting $188 million, I would be surprised if he's not out there on Sunday. Now, they want to make sure that back feels okay this week. Let's remember he hasn't gone through camp at all, hasn't participated in any of the drills. He's been working off to the side. So, obviously, there's going to be a conditioning level. We'll see whether he can play the whole game. But I'm going to guess he is out there. I'm going to guess he is a factor. And you bring up the numbers, right? He's wearing number 1. The last time Curly Lambeau wore that number was 100 years ago. 100 years. We haven't seen a Packer in that number in 100 years. That's pretty incredible to me. 1926 was the last time a Packer wore number 1.
Curly Lambeau's a G, though.
He is.
Yeah, Curly Lambeau got into some shit. I mean, Curly Lambeau, I did a little research on him as I was going to call, I think, the Lions-Packers game about where it was, why it was. He's founder of the Packers, basically, and this dude is a dog.
Curly?
Yeah, Curly Lambeau is a dog. Everybody knows Lambeau Field, Field.
Yeah.
Curly Lambeau started the Packers, I do believe, and there's some things that happened where he had to be really,
Stand on business.
He had to stand on business.
What position do you play?
All of them.
Yeah, he wore number 1. I think he was star position.
All of them.
Yeah, just
They made him serve popcorn.
ball
too at
handler.
halftime.
I just research.
0 would have been sick, though.
I think so, too. And I don't love Matthew Golden wearing 0. I think you got a speedster receiver.
Golden 1, too.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and then Micah becomes the first player ever to wear 0 for the Packers. Like, he's a Packer forever, probably.
Curly Lambeau, fullback, quarterback, and kicker.
Yeah,
Bang.
whatever you need.
Of course.
Head coach.
That's Curly Lambeau football.
That's right.
And we're expecting the same out of Micah. It is amazing his back is healed. I'm excited to see. They haven't said if he's going to go or not. I would assume. I saw him bouncing around his house.
Yep.
I think he's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I think he's ready to
He
go.
ain't get blown up there.
The
And even
house
if he's
was
You look
ready.
fast.
Packed, pool drain.
Yeah.
Mulligetta, let him know. Hey,
yeah.
we're not going back to Dallas. You can go ahead and be pretty confident about that entirety. We have tried to get David Mulligetta on the program. We think tomorrow we'll get a chance to chat with him. We'll be excited to go behind the scenes on how it all came together. Let's go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Schefty, I know there hasn't been any contract adjustments, or at least it hasn't been reported. Is Cam Hayward playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday?
We're going to see that he's got a decision to make there. It was actually the first thing I thought of when I saw that Jalen Warren has a new deal.
Yes, he does.
For the next 2 years, tying him to Pittsburgh through 2027. They have not resolved that. They have not been able to figure it out. And so I would think it's going to be really interesting to see if Cam Hayward is on the practice field on Wednesday as the Steelers get ready to open their season on Sunday against the Jets. They'll have a decision to make Wednesday. I would imagine they'll have a decision to make Sunday. Probably we'll get an idea where he's at on Wednesday. If he's not practicing, it's not going to be a great sign. But I don't know what's going to happen there. It's kind of lingered out there all summer long. It has not generated the amount of attention that some of these other issues have. But it's about to get interesting there. And again, maybe Cameron Hayward says, I'm going to play on this deal. It didn't sound that way early in the summer, but we'll find out.
Cam Hayward not playing for the Steelers this year, holding out because of money. With the whole you want to be a Steeler, you don't think.
Yeah.
It's just like, so much, That's why whenever you do a podcast and all those things, people are going to hold everything you say against you. Even if it's out of context or not the same situation at all, they're going to do it. Cam Hayward knows that. He puts his big boy pants on.
Yes, that's right.
He'll be in the Pittsburgh Steelers Ring of Honor Hall of Fame, whatever the hell it is, at some point in his life. It seems to be a little bit of a disconnect right now. He's been at practice, though, talking to Coach Tomlin. Yeah. He's had pads on this year, but he hasn't. He's been open about it, but he hasn't really been a distraction. Interesting. It's kind of a Trey Hendrickson situation happening right in front of our eyes. I don't think Cam wants to do this, feels obligated to do it. Because you guys can't just disrespect me because I've been here for so long.
Well, that's the thing.
Probably has people behind him and around him being like, they're taking advantage of you because you're a Pittsburgh Steeler. They have your brother on the team, your dad was on the team. You've been here second longest tenured guy alongside Mike Webster, right behind Ben Roethlisberger. Like they're going to try to take advantage. They just paid DK Metcalf $33 million.
That's a lot of money.
Pittsburgh Steelers just paid DK Metcalf $33 million a year. He's never done anything for Pittsburgh. Well, you have 45 different foundation events you do every single year. You go to everything. You're like a mascot of Steely McBeam or whatever the hell his name is not even a mascot. You are our mascot around town. You go, somebody needs Steeler representative, you go. And his people around him are like, they're taking advantage of all this. They're just giving him money. Jalen.
Yeah, you bring up DK Metcalf. They paid DK Metcalf. They paid Jalen Ramsey. They paid Jonnu Smith. Today they paid Jalen Warren, who's been there. So they've paid a lot. Darius Slay They've paid a lot of different players, not to mention TJ Watt.
Right.
And so everybody seems to have gotten paid except Cam Hayward right now. And by the way, I know it's a different deal, but Chris Boswell's in the same boat too. We haven't talked about that either. I don't know that a kicker's going to walk away and retire before the season begins, but Cam Hayward wants a new deal, or wants it to be addressed. Chris Boswell wants his deal addressed. So it's not just Cam Hayward right now.
Chris Boswell, $60 million a year.
Okay.
That's pay him whatever he wants because he's been the best player besides Ben Roethlisberger and TJ Watt for the last, I don't know, however long he's been there.
Yeah, whatever you need to pay him. What is the kicker number right now? What is the kicker number right now?
I don't know what he's making, but the top kickers are making $5-6 million a year probably.
I think he's like $1 million below whatever the top is. So
I mean, think about that. That's one vet min contract.
Yeah.
You can up that thing $1 million and make him happy.
You know, the Steelers were disrespecting all their vet players.
That's just
They're going all in. They're trying to win for their veteran players.
They don't normally pay people unless it's going in their last year or whatever. And I believe he has 2 years left on his contract. So, they did it with TJ, they did it with Ben, but, they're special people.
They don't usually trade and pay wide receivers either.
Well, they also don't normally fire offense coordinators in the middle of the season. They've been doing a lot over there.
That's a good point.
But will it work out? Will it win a Super Bowl, or will this be the first time in Tomlin's tenure where he's under 500?
No.
Got the Jets week 1. Justin Fields could have been your quarterback.
Better win that one or the season's over.
Yeah.
I love it. Do or die right out of the gate.
If they don't win week 1, season's over.
All right, on that note, Schefty, last question here. Shout out to Sunday Ticket, by the way.
I love you.
That was really nice whenever they were having their dispute with, Fox and everything.
Yep.
They came out quickly and were like, Sunday Ticket won't be affected by this. We're like, needed to hear that.
Goated.
Thank you for doing that. Cannot wait for Scott Hansen to be one of the 4. And then if the Colts game somewhere to disappoint me if I'm not there. And then the other 2. No, Colts going to win this year.
Yeah.
That was rude of me to say. But 2 of them are always going to be the Colts and then Hansen Red Zone channel. And then the other 2 top games. I can't wait for that. Oh, my God, I cannot wait to get there. Shout out to YouTube TV, Sunday Ticket. Go ahead, pal.
Yeah, I mean, Colts play in Indianapolis this week. Pretty absurd to think about.
Against the Miami Dolphins. Need to win that one.
Another do or die.
Gonna need that's another team probably you could throw in their season.
Into this?
Yeah, into this, Schefty. I'm assuming Indy might be involved in this, but these last 2 years, you've basically hit the nail on the head when it comes to the projection of how many head coaching openings there will be during the offseason. Looking at it right now, obviously there's some situations that might happen that could change things. What's your projection as of now, as far as head coach openings go? When you look at it as a whole, who right now do you know has to win going into the season?
Connor, what I would say is it doesn't really matter now. We haven't seen a team lose a game yet, and so I've seen over and over where a coach looks like he's on the hot seat, and that team all of a sudden plays better. And people look, I think everybody feels like Brian Daboll's on the hot seat. But I think the Giants are going to have a better season than people expect. So all of a sudden, if they're ripping off wins and playing better, he's off the hot seat, and somebody else who we weren't expecting is going to be on the hot seat. I think you have to let the season play out. But we've seen, on average, about 6.8 head coaching changes per year. I believe a couple of years ago there were 10. I believe last year it came in lower. That tells me this year will probably be around at the average. But a little early to ask the question. I understand why you would. I'm not prepared to give you an authoritative answer right now. I would say just going in, my guess is 6 to 7. It's usually the number, and I would imagine we'll be around that number. But let's see how the season's shaking out before we're putting people on the hot seat and running them off.
All right. Well, you certainly will do that as soon as the time calls for it, which we appreciate. Yeah, we do appreciate that. Have a great time at the U.S. Open. Tell your family you said hello and sorry for keeping you so long.
All good. Happy Labor Day to you guys. We'll be in touch next Monday, if not sooner.
Happy Labor Day. Is there a game happening or a match happening anywhere near you right now?
Right behind me, we're about to go into the Coco Gauff Naomi Osaka match, which is supposed to begin here about 45 minutes or so.
All right.
45 minutes.
We appreciate you. Enjoy yourself, man.
Thank you, guys. Have a great one.
Ladies and gentlemen.